Ever wondered what happens after a recession? It's a question that economists, policymakers, and everyday people grapple with. Let's delve into the phases that follow a recession. First off, we have the recovery phase. This is where the economic activity, which had taken a downward spiral during the recession, begins to pick up. Key indicators such as GDP growth, employment rates, and consumer spending start to show signs of improvement. Central banks and governments take center stage, implementing expansionary monetary and fiscal policies to stimulate economic growth. These measures can range from lowering interest rates to increasing government spending and implementing tax cuts. As the economy gradually recovers, businesses start hiring again, and consumer confidence begins to rebound. People regain optimism about the economy's prospects, providing a much-needed boost to the recovery process. As the recovery gains traction, the economy begins to shift gears, moving into the expansion phase. With recovery well underway, the economy enters an expansion phase. Here, growth isn't just a hope, but a reality. This vibrant period is marked by sustained growth in the gross domestic product, or GDP. Businesses, feeling the winds of change, respond by expanding production, investing in new projects, and even innovating to capitalize on improving market conditions. As businesses grow, they create more and more job opportunities. This leads to a decline in unemployment rates, a key characteristic of this phase. With more people employed and earning incomes, wealth begins to accumulate in the hands of consumers. This wealth doesn't just sit idle, it gets pumped back into the economy as consumer spending. As consumers buy more goods and services, they fuel further economic expansion. It's a virtuous cycle of prosperity, a period of robust growth that breathes life back into an economy recovering from a recession. This period of robust growth and prosperity doesn't last forever, eventually reaching a peak. The peak is where the economy hits its stride, but it's not a plateau. What goes up must come down, ushering in the contraction phase. In the peak phase, the economy is at full tilt. Economic activity is bustling, but inflationary pressures begin to mount. Demand for goods and services outstrips supply, causing prices to rise. Central banks step in, tightening monetary policy to prevent the economy from overheating. They raise interest rates and implement measures to cool the fervor, but the pendulum must swing back. The contraction phase is triggered, marking the onset of a new recession. This could be due to monetary tightening, external shocks, or imbalances within the economy. Economic indicators like GDP growth, employment, and consumer spending start to fall, signaling the beginning of a downturn. The government and central banks don't stand idle. They intervene with stimulus measures to soften the blow of the recession and support economic recovery. Thus, the cycle continues, with each recession followed by a period of recovery and growth. It's the ebb and flow of a market economy, a cycle of challenge and resilience.